Hey, Steve here. Welcome to this video on TRM football. This is a software that we had early on in 2016 and developed, and then we moved on to other things. But time passes and things come up that we find, and we've been able to add some very powerful features to it, along with some predictions figures, so that people could use prediction figures rather than looking at teams with odds and stats. We've added predictions as well. So it's got a lot in it. It's two parts to it. What you're seeing here is the cloud software, which is available to be used on phone, iPad, tablets, PCs, Macs. But the real powerful part of this, in my opinion, is in the when you export it into Excel, and you can use Google Sheets or any of the free spreadsheet softwares or Microsoft software, and get really deep. As you can see, there's quite a few columns there, but that is nothing compared to how many different columns are available in the spreadsheet that you can sort and develop your own strategies, and also test strategies from months gone by. The great thing with this data is it goes back to, if we just have a look here, we go back to the 1st of January 2025, and you can get you can build your database from January 1st right through to present times just by adding each day's export data the next day, if you download the previous day's data and build a data bank, you will have results, also the stats, also the odds as well. So you can build a powerful database to take your football to the next level. But when you're looking at the cloud software like we are now, while it's got a lot of powerful information on it, it's not in a sortable. You can't sort by columns in the cloud. It's got to go to the export into the spreadsheet, and then it's very sortable and very, very useful. This is great for on the fly if you are looking at, for example, the evening's matches, and you want to see the tips. You can see here the tips here, because these have got colors in them. As I said, this is from the 1st of January. These have already been resulted, so it just shows you how the tips have gone for those matches. Not every match will have tips and predictions, but it will have prices, and all these prices are from Betfair, and you also have the lay price there, and also the correct score maps as well. So you've got all that in here, and then when you go to Excel, it's all extrapolated out as well. So the things is here, by opening the cloud software, you can get the tips, you can get the predictions here. If we look at this match up here, we can see the predictions are very close. 35 for the home team, 33 for the draw, 32 for the full-time score for the away team. So there's not much between it. So really it's telling us, even though it's given a tip as 1, you can see there's only a few points there. And if we go over to the odds, we can see that the home team was 2.4, the draw was 3.5, and the away team was 3.2. Looking at the predictions, you would expect these to be all very similar. And in actual fact, they're so similar that the result was a 0-0 draw between Auckland FC and Melbourne Victory. So not always the tips are the best way to go if you can see an imbalance there. And also the tips don't always reflect the favourite. We can see in this Western Sydney Wanderers MacArthur game that the tip was the draw at 4.1, and we can see that why that was, because the draw was rated at 39 out of 100. These figures add up to 100, and the draw was at 39. Well, the draw price doesn't reflect that, and if we look at the score, they weren't too far off the mark at 2-3. So this is what the cloud will give you. You can go into this anytime after 4 o'clock in the morning GMT time. This is updated, and we'll have the day's matches in there, and also the ratings and predictions. So we've got about 8 lots of tips in there and a few predictions, and we increase these when you go into the Excel. So what the slide chart does up here, you've been staring at this saying, Steve, what does this do up here? This is used to find matches, that you maybe looking at the home team to back, and let's say you want the home team to lay, and you want you want a weak home team, so 2.5 to 3, for example. Okay, and you don't want low volume. So if we put in 2,000, and we want, say, at least the home team to have played at least 5 home games. This gives a chance for the predictions to have a bit more statistics behind them. So once we do that, we click the filter, then we come up with these matches here. Okay, so home team, and we're going to lay the draw. Home team. We're laying the home team. So we can see here, first bet was a win because it was a draw. The second we lost, the third we lost, the fourth we lost. We won, that was a draw. The next one's a draw. Away team won, and a draw. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we had 5 wins from 8. Not a great win, but we would have lost a few dollars on that because we had the 3 losing lays. And we can just see there the losing lay there was 2.8, 3, 2.6. So that's so we lost 5. We actually just about broke even on that one there. So these are the things you can do. Correct score. Let's clear the filter. Correct score. So we want to look at the nil-nil market, and we want 6.8 to say 10, and we want the volume to be probably 5 grand. Now this is Australian dollars, so if you're doing pounds, it'd be just divide by 2, or euros, just divide that by 2. So you'd put in 2,500. Apply the filter, and we can see there we get 4 games. We want it to be nil-nil for the correct score, and unfortunately none of them are nil-nil. 0-1, 3-1, 4-2, 2-1, and that's only sorting that on odds. Okay, so if we pull up the chart there, we can see the correct score there. It was 9. That was the odds. So that qualified in our range. Next one was at 9.8, or that qualified in our range. So this one here was at 8. So they're all qualified within the range. So that is the cloud software. So you've got instant, we go back to today's. You've got instant action that you can have a look and see exactly what's happening. July 4th. Okay, so on today's, for example, you may want to look at home team, and you want back the home team, and you want you're looking at strong home team, so between 1.5 and say 1.8. Volume, when you're doing it early in the day, you can see here, if we look on the volume here, we can see there's not a lot of volume yet because these matches are a long way away still. These are still a few hours away. So you need to keep the volume small. Let's just have it at 1,000. And we want 5 home matches. So we don't want to be getting into. So if we apply that filter, we can see there we've only got 2 matches that qualify so far. And one's Texas, which has already been played. It was played just after midnight. And then we're not until 8:45 in Ireland with Derry and Waterford. Okay, so keep in mind, if you're going to be doing the day's matches, you need the volume to be kept low. I don't think I can change that to 0. No, so we're going to reset the filter. So if we go back to 1.5 and 1.8, and we just leave no volume, do we get, and no home matches, do we get any more? Well, yes, we do get more. And then from there, you can decide what matches you want. So you can see there now we've got a lot more matches that we could get involved with, and most of them are under that 1,000 that we had before. And there's Derry at 3.5k, and there's some more matches there for Iceland and the US later on tonight. So that gives you straight away the matches that have got a strong favourite in, and you can go from there. And if we have a look here, even though they've got strong favourites, we can see down here in this Iceland match that they're picking their tip. They are picking the away team. So I find that sometimes that's a very strong thing when they're going against the odds, because these are using figures. We can see here, here's another classic case where between the figures, there's only 2 points difference between the home team and the draw, and only 1 point between the draw and the away team, and yet we've got the home team here at 1.7. So that's, if you get a double chance on away or draw, that would be a good option. So these are what you find by using your charts up here early in the day, not keeping it too restricted. Then you can go a little bit deeper into the matches. So let's hit the export data button, and so this here's takes you to the user guide, by the way. But if we hit the export data button, this will bring up the spreadsheet. And here we are with the spreadsheet for today. Okay, this has 118 columns of odds, stats, predictions, and results. And this is what you, at the end of the day, so the next day, this is the sheet that you start building your database with. So after all the results have come in, if you start building up a database, pasting a new sheet in each day onto a master Excel sheet, then you will have a sheet that may be 3 months, 4 months, however long you keep adding to it. It's going to give you a powerful database that you can sort and have a look at how things are going. And what I'll do in the second video is we'll go into the Excel and show you how it not only great for data, but you can build strategies, and it's a very useful spreadsheet to have. If you're into football, for the price of the software that we're selling, it's a must-have to develop a good database in football. Okay, let's wrap this video up and come back with the second video on the Excel. And keep in mind, as I said, the Excel, you can use Microsoft Excel, which I prefer. You can use Google Sheets, or you can use any of the free spreadsheet softwares that are out there in order to build this database. Okay, thanks. See you soon. Cheers.